We're going to come down into a seated posture. Take any comfortable seated posture that you'd like and begin to move a little from side to side as we start to loosen up the body, loosen up the spine, getting in touch with how our bodies are feeling, saying good morning to our bodies. And then when you lean over to one side, perhaps pause there and enjoy the stretch that you may be feeling there. And then we'll go to the other side. Pause and feel the stretch. And then come to center. We'll do a few hip circles going in one direction, just so we get comfortable as we sit here. And then reverse your circles in the opposite direction. And you're always more than welcome to change your seated posture if you want to extend your legs out, if you want to be in butterfly, or if you want to lie down. That's perfectly fine with me. Okay. And then we'll come up to center, inhaling, using your breath to help create length in your spine, and exhale softly, drop the shoulders away from the ears as you begin to reach up through the crown of the head, root down through your sitting bones, and softening your face, relaxing your jaw, keeping the chest nice and open so the breath moves with ease. Keeping the belly soft and relaxed. And feeling the support of your hips in your seated posture. Feeling your knees and your ankle joints this morning. And just taking this moment too to take a load off your feet. We are on our feet a lot, and so they carry the weight of our body. And this gives them an opportunity to relax, to soften, relax the soles of the feet and all the toes. And just being mindful of your seated posture as we sit here for a few breaths. It's very easy to lose the length in the spine. This might start to happen and you drop down and curving the spine. So just be aware of that and just re-lengthen your spine, sit nice and tall, and if it means completely changing your posture to maintain the integrity of your spine, then by all means do that. Check in with your breath, see how you're breathing this morning. The change in weather, if the cooler air is affecting your breathing, or perhaps it's invigorating and it's helping open up your lungs and your nasal passages. See how that is all affecting your breathing. And if not, if you're finding the breath a little bit stuck, just take your time, be patient, and take in whatever breath that can come into your body. And as we sit here and breathe, it's very common for the mind to start drifting away and thinking about other things, and that's okay. I never want you to feel be hard on yourself and think that you're less of a yoga practitioner because you're thinking about maybe what you need to do later or maybe what you did prior. So just be mindful that that's happening, saying, okay, my mind is just a little bit all over the place, and perhaps use your breath to just slow it down, begin that process of slowing it down, and that you help conserve your energy for your practice today. couple more breaths here. Just breathing in and out through your nose. If you feel it helpful to exhale out of your mouth, that can feel very relaxing, especially just if you're just feeling stressed or anxious. A deep exhale out through the mouth can feel really, really nice, and has even a different effect to the upper part of your back and even to the shoulders. Let's bring our hands over the heart center, and if you'd like to set an intention for your practice, if you'd like to say a prayer for yourself or maybe someone else, or you want to dedicate your yoga practice to a person or a cause, feel free to do so at this time. And we'll take 3 prayer breaths to seal our intentions. Arms come up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And last time, inhale up. Exhale down. And then as we reach the arms up, we're going to take the right arm out to the side, press it back. Take the left arm, wrap it around our head, taking the left hand and cupping the right ear as we start to gently stretch the neck and peel the right shoulder open. And it's a very gentle press here. We're not forcefully dropping the head down with our hand, but just a gentle press so we can get more into the side of the neck. And then inhale, reach the arms up, squeeze the shoulders up into the ears, and then exhale, take the left arm out to the side, wrap the right arm around your head, cupping the left ear, and then pressing your shoulder back as you gently drop the right ear down, and pausing and feeling what's going on in this side of your body. Good. And then inhale, come up to center. Once again, squeeze the shoulders up into your ears. You'll interlace your hands, cupping the back of your skull. Open up the elbows. And then exhale, curl round your spine and draw the chin in towards your chest. Inhale, open. Spread your wings. Exhale, close. And you can even do this with your fingertips to your head if you'd rather not interlace, if it feels more comfortable, to your shoulders. Do what feels good, explore, be curious. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. And one more time, inhale. And exhaling, and then reach your arms up. Okay, now we'll twist the neck a little bit. So taking the right hand over to the left knee as the left arm comes behind you, and take your gaze over the left shoulder as we twist. And you'll feel it all through your right side of your neck. You could even open up the palm here, so create softness in your hand rather than you feel like you're gripping your knee, and create softness there. As the weather gets cooler, we can tend to tighten up more, and so let's relax those parts of our bodies as much as possible. Inhale, reach up, squeeze the shoulders up into the ears, and then softly exhale, release the shoulders, left hand to the right knee, and then take your right fingertips down as you look over the right shoulder, and feeling the twist all happening through your spine, all the way up to your neck, And again, the palm could be open, the left palm. Just a couple of breaths here. And then inhale, come up to center. Reach yourself up high. We're going to take a down dog to stretch the legs. So plant your hands, lift up out of your seat, and give your legs a nice good stretch here. Pedal the feet, move the hips from side to side. You can do a little side planking here. And then just 3 more breaths here. And 2, and 1. Let's go ahead and lower the knees and we'll come to puppy pose. So puppy pose is essentially down dog with the knees down. And you can feel the difference in both poses and they have a different effect on the spine. So lowering the forehead down and move from side to side, dropping one temple and then the other. And then you'll lift up your head and just walk your hands over towards the right, coming into a half moon with our puppy pose. And bringing the forehead down. If the forehead doesn't reach the ground, please use your block. And then you can take your right arm and take it into a bind, a half bind. Maybe the head wants to turn to the left, so you start to twist the neck again. So getting into the neck and shoulders from this shape in our bodies. Keeping the eyes closed, relaxing, breathing. And then undo your bind if you've decided to bind, and then come up to center. And before going to the other side, slide your hands underneath your shoulders, coming into cat pose. Inhale, coming forward into dog pose. Exhale, curl. And again, this is often called cat-cow, and that's fine too. I just call it cat-dog. It's the way I learned it, and then when I did my training, that's how I was taught too. So it's just an old habit of me calling it this. One more time. And then after your last cat stretch, go ahead and neutralize the spine. Walk your hands forward, walk the arms over towards the left side, towards about 11 o'clock. And then exhaling, lowering the forehead down to your mat. And then you can stay here or take the left arm into a bind, maybe turning the head to the right to twist the neck. Remembering that one side can be different than the other. There's generally a tighter side, so we might have to approach the pose, the stretch, a little differently from how we did it on the other side. Okay, so undoing the bind, coming back to center, and then curling up into cat once again. And then inhale to dog pose. Exhale, curl. Inhale, forward. Exhale, curl. Good. Inhale. Exhale. And one more time. Inhale. And exhale. And we'll take child's pose. So take a seat on your heels to release the shoulders. I recommend bringing your hands to your feet. You can widen the knees if you'd like. Do a few rocks from side to side. Maybe the arms want to come into yoga mudra while you're here. So interlacing the hands, going back and forth. Maybe your shoulders just want to take a pause and just be a whole lot softer. Okay, so if you're working with Yoga Mudra, go ahead and release the arms down. Let's all rise up, and some of you might prefer to be on your knees for what we're going to do next. Okay, so you can be on your knees, or you can continue to stay in Vajrasana. You're going to take your hands in between your knees. If you're on your knees, you'll just have them just in between your thighs, okay? And then inhale, go ahead, open up your arms, open up the shoulders. Exhale, curl into cat pose. And here it is, kneeling. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl. Inhale, open. And if you really feel like moving here, for those of you that are in Vajrasana, you can rise up on the knees and then exhale, close. That's another way of doing this little movement. Just 3 more. And 2. And 1. And let's all come to our knees, okay? And just have the arms nice and open here. You can take Yoga Mudra stretch if you'd like, okay? Knuckles are down, the heels of the hands can be wide and away from each other. Otherwise, just stay here and embrace this moment. Embrace this moment. Let your inner light shine, let your light shine out into the world. For 2. And 1. Then wave the arms up. And we'll come back to our dear friend, down dog. So lift your knees, pedal the feet, move the hips from side to side. You can do a little side plank. Maybe reach one arm up. Okay, a little side planking. If you're needing a little fire, and you could always do this with your knees down. Modify and bring the knees down. Let's come up towards our hands. A little half lift. And as we pause and half lift, to help release the shoulders here, go ahead and just drop them down as if you're about to pick up a box or a ball. And just let the arms hang here. They're very soft. They don't have to be all long and stretchy here. They can just be very soft. And you can move a little from side to side. And then you'll come back to center and come to forward fold. And you can have very soft knees here. Shaking the head yes and shaking it no. Doing a few neck circles while you're here if that feels nice. And we are going to go into low lunge while we're here. So lifting the right foot off the ground, bringing your heel towards your buttock, and then take a big step back. Walk your hands in. Cat stretch here, inhale. And then exhale, lower your knee, right knee to the floor. And then inhale, let's lift the arms up. We're gonna do a little bird breath with our low lunge. Exhale, fold. Bring the arms up towards the sky. Inhale, and if you'd like, you can just straighten your leg on the inhale, and then exhale, bend the knee. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. And exhale. And last time, inhale. and exhale. And then reach the arms up. We're going to move into a little twist here. I'm going to show you variations. So this is a nice way to really get into your shoulders, opening up the arms into a T position. But this might not work for you. So you can have your hands right to the outside of your leg here. If you want to do prayer twist instead, maybe lift the back knee, you can do that. Really depends what you're looking for in this pose. So if you want to really get into your shoulders, give this a try. And it's okay if your arms aren't in this perfect T position. You can even take it into a little half bind. And then look over your shoulder if you feel balanced. So we start to twist the neck here. 3 more breaths. 2 and 1. And then we'll come up to center. Take a downward facing dog or a little vinyasa if you're ready for that. Okay, take your leg back. That can feel really nice. Maybe you pause in 3-leg plank. Otherwise you can start to come down. Just don't let your shoulders drop below the elbows. And eventually, once again, downward facing dog pose, or child's pose, or puppy pose for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we'll come up towards our hands once again, halfway. And then this time extend the arms forward as if you were handing a gift to someone, okay? And just see how that feels, creating length in the spine, pressing the tailbone back, maybe moving from side to side. A very different effect on the shoulders, right? But part of flexibility is building strength too. So this is a nice way to just strengthen the shoulders. And you strengthen your shoulders every time you do down dog. Okay. And then exhale as if you were placing your box down onto the floor. And just feel the nice release, shaking the head yes, shaking it no. Move a little from side to side. And then we'll be lunging to the opposite side shortly. Okay. So we'll lift the left foot, bring the left heel to your buttock, take a big step back, walk your hands in, cat stretch here, round your spine, reach the crown of the head forward, and then exhale, lower the knee down to the mat. Inhale, arms come up, so here's the bird breath. Exhale, fold, and bring your fingertips up towards the ceiling. Inhale, big breath in. Exhale, fold. And again, you can straighten your leg on the inhale, and then exhale, bend it down. Up to you. Good. Fill up with breath, and exhale. Big breath in, and exhale. 3 more, inhale. Exhale, inhale, exhale, and last time, inhale and exhale. And then reach your arms up, so here comes the twist. You can split your arms open, okay? You can just gently bring your hands to the outside of your right leg. Maybe a little bind if having the arms, so the right arm binds around the lower back. And then you take your gaze and look over your shoulder. Just want to make sure you're not going to topple over, so don't turn the neck too far if you feel like you're going to fall. For 3 more breaths. 2 and 1. And then we come up to center. Take a vinyasa if you'd like. We'll go straight to down dog, plank pose, lower down. For those of you who are doing it, I'm just demonstrating it. Up into your cobra or up dog. And eventually, downward facing dog pose. right. And take some nice breaths here. We'll be moving to standing soon. Okay, so we'll be moving away from the ground and going a little higher. 3 more. 2. And 1. And then you take a walk up towards your hands, halfway. Exhale, fold, squeeze wrists out. Move a little from side to side, maybe a little yoga mudra stretch. And then you'll grab your beach ball, rise up, bend your knees, hug the abdominals up and in. Okay. Lift up. And then exhale, go ahead and relax your arms, close your eyes. Unless you're dizzy, you can keep your eyes open, but keep the eyeballs nice and soft. Releasing the shoulders away from the ears. And just taking a moment and observing how your body is feeling from the practice already. Notice what has shifted, what has changed, what is feeling a little more open and free in your body. What are you learning about your body today? You might be learning where there is tightness. Okay. So giving the spine a little more love. So let's come into half moon. And you always have options here. You can come into steeple. You can press the palms up. Okay, you can grab opposite wrist. And then you reach over. So those are a couple of options for you. And if maybe your shoulders are feeling fatigued, you can always just, where your arms fatigue, bring the hands to your hips. That's always a nice option. So they all bring a different experience to the body, to the spine. See which one speaks to you. And sometimes we gravitate towards a favorite one. And it's good to try something different because it may offer us something different today. Inhale, come up to center, and exhale over towards the right side. And I always say to my classes, this is one simple pose that you can do to keep your spine youthful. It ages, you can't see it, you might feel it, but do this pose. If you practice on your own, do half moon. I do it in every single practice when I practice at home. Okay, it's just so simple. All right, let's come up to center. And then another thing I always do after I do half moon, I just do these nice arm circles. Nothing fancy, but I just make these big circles. So I open them up so as you come back, the shoulders are externally rotating. Inhale as you come up, exhale as you come down. And then you'll reverse your circle, so you come up to center, which is fingertips forward, okay? And then exhale, bring the hands down, inhale up, exhale down. So it moves the shoulder joint a little differently from what we were previously doing with our circles. And one more. Good. And then exhale. Just release. Feel that nice release of energy. Closing the eyes, enjoying your breath. Taking a few breaths in and out through your nose. And we're going to move into tree pose for a little balancing pose. If you know where you want to go for it. But I'm going to break it down. So ground down through the left foot, and you can bring your heel just above the right heel, above the right ankle, and this is your tree pose. Okay. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, take it to the inside of your shin, just below your knee, or above your knee. So your leg now is looking more like butterfly pose. And then just see what your arms want to do. And you can imagine being your favorite tree. Maybe it's a tree in your yard, in a park, your Christmas tree. Okay, and just let yourself shine brightly. Shining brightly through all points of the body, letting light come out of your head, through your fingertips, down through your knee and toes. 3 more breaths. 2 and 1. And then bring your hands to prayer. Bring all the good abundance to your heart. And we'll step the foot back as we come into Warrior One pose. Okay? Take a quick peek at your feet. Heel to heel is a nice place for women because of the size of our pelvis. And heel to arch for the gentleman. Take a look at your pelvis. This is not a pose you want to square your hips. So you want to keep your pelvis at a diagonal towards 1 o'clock, and then take your fingertips and rotate the rib cage towards 12 o'clock. Reach the arms up, and then we're going to do a little fist of fire. Exhale, draw the elbows back and just come slightly forward. Inhale, lift up, and you can unbend the knee. Exhale, fist of fire, and curl as you drop down. Inhale up. Exhale, curl. Inhale up. Exhale, curl. And one more time. Inhale. And exhale. And go ahead and extend the arms. Stay in a forward fold here. Drop the head down. Drop the neck down for 5. And 4. 3. 2. And 1, and then big breath lifts you up. Move over towards the right, and then exhale, forward fold, your wide-legged forward fold. And you can move from side to side here, do a little side to side, side lunge. Okay, go back and forth. Back and forth, and I encourage you to stay in a spot if it's feeling really nice. Just stay there, there's no rush to go to the other side. You can even do this with Yoga Mudra. I'm a big fan of Yoga Mudra. I just think it's a wonderful stretch for the shoulders. We use our shoulders a lot. They get very tight using technology, driving, and so they need a little love. And it was the very first yoga pose, yoga stretch I ever did. I opened up a book. When I first started learning yoga, I didn't take a class. I bought a book, and it was Yoga Mudra, and I was hooked since. Okay, go ahead and release. We're going to go up into Goddess pose. So turn the toes out 10 to 2 o'clock. Grab your beach ball and rise up. Okay, all right. But what we're going to do here is to get a little more into the shoulders and more into the neck. Take your left arm to the left thigh and take the right arm and shoulder back. Similar to what we did in the beginning of class, peeling the shoulder joint back. And pause and breathe, looking over your shoulder. Nice deep breaths here. 3, 2, and 1. And then inhale. Unbend your knees, reach up. And then exhale back into Goddess pose, cactus arms. Take the right arm to the right thigh and peel the left arm back, looking over your left shoulder. Good. Pause, breathe. Good job, everybody. 3, 2, and 1. And then reach your arms up. So we're going to do fist of fire while we're here. Just like we did in Warrior One, create fists, and then exhale, bend your knees, curl, and round your spine. Inhale, you can unbend the knees. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, curl. And last time, inhale and exhale. And then go ahead and walk your hands over towards the left foot. Let your left toes turn out to 12 o'clock. Grab your beach ball, move up into Warrior Two pose. All right, just for 5 breaths here. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then exhale to your downward facing dog or vinyasa, your choice. Or take child's pose, puppy pose. To find your center, to balance it all out. Refocus. Integrate. The 3, 2, and 1. And then you'll come up towards your hands halfway. Exhale, fold, squeeze wrists out, and just do any intermission movement. And maybe you enjoyed staying in half lift and you want to go back there. That's fine too. Okay. As we go deeper and deeper into the practice, you'll be getting more information about your body and what's feeling good and where you need to be today. All right. Grab your beach ball, rise up. Spread your wings, palms touch. And then exhale, go ahead and just let your hands come down. Let your thumbs trace the midline of your face. Bring the hands to the heart. Reconnect with your intention. Maybe your intention has shifted. Maybe you want to change the focus of it. A few prayer breaths again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And last time, inhale. And exhale. And then taking your hands to the back of your head, just like we did in the beginning of class, and just go ahead and curl here for a moment. Just drop your chin to your chest as we give a little love to the back of the neck. And again, it could just be your fingertips. Okay, very little weight, not overdoing it. And then rise up and take a half moon just like this. So go over to one side. Maybe you want to have the elbows towards each other. Okay, maybe not. See what effect that has for your body. Or maybe you want to release your hands. Maybe you just want to do your traditional half moon, and that's fine. Okay. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, over to the other side. Keeping the chest open, whichever variation you've chosen for yourself today. And then inhale, come on up. And then exhale, either have your arms extended or take a standing yoga mudra. And you can lift up the arms, or the knuckles can stay down, or you can just stay like so. Good. 3, 2, and 1. And then you'll release your arms. Take a few breaths here before we go into tree pose. And then opening up your eyes, grounding down through the right foot. Take the left heel right above the left ankle. And this could be your tree. Very soft, gentle tree. Like a Charlie Brown Christmas tree, right? And then take your foot a little higher if you want to go higher. Just never against the knee. We never want to add extra pressure to the knee joint. Okay, so here we are. Extend the arms out. Think of your favorite tree that's in your yard, your park, or maybe it's your Christmas tree in your home. Whatever you are, just feel your light radiating out into the world. 3 more breaths. 2. And 1. And then bring your hands, draw all that good energy in. Step your foot back as we come into Vira 1. Okay, so hips are at a diagonal. Heel to heel for the ladies, heel to arch for the guys. And then you take your fingertips and then you bring that to become square. It's going to shift your pelvis a little bit, but not so much to the point that you have your hips squared. And the reason why I teach it this way is what they're finding is if you square your hips in Warrior One, it puts a lot of knee strain. And you might not feel it, but over time, you're doing damage to your knee. You might wake up one day and say, oh, my knee hurts, and you're not going to think it was from yoga, right? So keep your body safe, okay? Reach the arms up. So we're going to do another round of Fist of Fire. Exhale, curl, and drop down. Draw the elbows back. And then inhale, you can undo the knee. And then bend the knee, exhale forward. Inhale, lift up. Exhale down. And you go nice and slow. This might challenge your balance a little bit as you're moving and trying to balance on your feet here, especially the back foot because it's at an angle. And one more, inhale. And exhale, go ahead and pause here. Bring the arms back, let yourself fly for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then lift right back up. Here we are again. And then exhale, fold. Wide-legged forward fold. And you might want to pause here, just be still, or you can move the body from side to side. And maybe this time you get the arms involved, so the knee that you're bending, you can extend the arm. Let's get a little creative with the movement. Maybe do a few waves of the spine. So when I say waves, it's moving into a bit of a cat pose. Or sometimes I like to think of it as seaweed at the bottom of the ocean, and you're just moving through that water. All right, we're gonna come back up to standing to goddess pose. Grab your beach ball and rise up. Okay, so here we are, beautiful goddess pose. And we're just going to do a few circles with the arms here. So this time we'll start on the right. Take the right arm, we'll start on the left. Take the right arm to the right thigh. Do a big circle here with the left arm, and then inhale, bring the left arm to the left thigh. Take the right arm over. Big breath in as you come up, and then exhale, you switch sides. And you go back and forth. Back and forth. And you can always do this with the knees unbent, and just place your hands on your hips. If your knee joints are just feeling a little stiff, or maybe it's just getting too fiery for your thighs. 3, 2, and 1. And then reach the arms up. So another round, Fist of Fire. Exhale, curl, drop down. Inhale, unbend the knees. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lift up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And last time, big breath in. And exhale. Reach the arms down. Turn the toes, right toes towards 12 o'clock. Turn the back toes in towards 1 o'clock. Grab your beach ball. Virabhadrasana 2. Okay, just for 5 breaths here. Nice classic Warrior 2 pose. The 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, vinyasa. Go straight to down dog. Last down dog. Last vinyasa. Okay. Take your time, and then once you're complete with your down dog, please come to child's pose. Your body will let you know when it's time for a little child's pose. And just notice how different this child's pose feels from the very first one we came to. And then come to center, rise up. We'll come to our knees. We'll do a little camel pose for our back bend. Okay, so you want your knees about hip width. Take 2 fists in between your knees. That's approximately your hip width apart. You can relax the tops of the feet or curl the toes under. And you can keep this very simple by placing your hands either fingertips up or fingertips down. This will also open up your shoulders as well. And then, I don't have the most impressive camel pose, but here it is. You can grab your heels, but just go with caution here. I don't teach this pose with dropping the neck. That is just way too much for the cervical spine, okay? And that might explain my not so fancy camel pose. All right. Keep your body safe. Keep your body safe so you can enjoy your practice. 3 more breaths. 2 and 1. And to safely come out of this pose, you do it 1 arm at a time, whichever variation of camel that you did. And then bring your hands down. Do a little squat dance. Move a little from side to side. If this is too much on your knee joints, just come up a little higher. All right. Don't suffer. Don't torture yourself. Always remember, the full expression of the pose is whatever that is for you. Okay. Let's come on down. So bring your buttocks down, bring your knees into your chest, rock a little from side to side. Maybe the legs need to be stretched after your squat, and that's fine too. Maybe you just want to point and flex the feet. Any intermission that you'd like to do. Maybe hold on to the feet for a supine Paschimottanasana. Let's go with caution with that. And then we'll bring the feet down, extend the left leg. We're going to come to supine tree. So if tree pose is a struggle, here it is without worrying about the balancing portion of it. And so you might be able to get your foot higher up into the body. Okay, and then see what your arms want to do. So pressing out through the left foot, and you can have your arms extended here, maybe the hands at the heart, maybe arms in cactus, up to you. And then if at some point you feel you need to relax the left leg, keeping the foot flexed, just go ahead and let it go. And you can feel the difference between a flexed foot, an engaged leg, versus a very soft leg. And sometimes we need some softness, right? Taking the right foot to the floor. Okay, bring your arms down. Just to give yourself a little support, we're just going to go into spinal twist. So pressing the right foot down, you lift your buttocks, lift your lower back, and you start to rotate the body over towards the left side. Your toes can stay behind your knee or on the floor. Just don't want to press your foot on top of the knee. And then see what your arms want to do. Maybe arms, again, in cactus. That will help open the chest and shoulders. Maybe one hand to the leg. Maybe the arms open in a T, but just drop your right ear down so you get the full twist in your body. And if you know of another twist, I encourage you to do that. Okay, if that feels better to your spine. All right. Inhale, come up to center. Bring your knees into your chest. Rock a little from side to side, or maybe a little extension of the legs, and point and flex the feet. Maybe widen the legs. Anything you'd like to do here that feels good to your body before we do the sequence on the other side. So now the right leg will extend, coming to supine tree on the other side. So taking the left sole of your foot somewhere to the inside of your right leg. And then flexing your foot so your right leg feels like a strong tree trunk. Okay. See what the arms want to do. Having them in cactus can really help open up the chest, widen the collarbones, deepen the breath. But that doesn't mean that's the better way to do it. Okay, you decide. Maybe you just need more lengthening in your spine and you decide to stretch your arms, or maybe it feels nice to have your hands at the heart and feel your breath. Three more. Two. And one. So bringing the arms down, pressing the left foot to the floor, coming into our spinal twist. And again, if you'd rather do something else, go for it. Pressing the foot down as you lift the buttocks, lift the lower back and hips, rotate the body towards the right as you tuck your toes behind your right knee, or you can bring them to the front. See where the arms want to do, where they want to be placed, what feels good at this point in the practice. Do you need some extra softness somewhere? And then lastly, you would drop the left ear down so you get the full twist to the upper part of your spine. Okay, coming to center, knees to chest. Nice squeeze into the body. Rock a little from side to side. Maybe stretch the legs up. And from here, I'm going to let you be. So if you are ready for Shavasana, please do that. If you want to do a little bridge pose with or without your block, that's always a nice way to conclude your practice, or of course, with a little shoulder stand, supportive shoulder stand. Okay. And this is, doing supportive shoulder stand is more of a pose for the nervous system, and it keeps your neck safe from doing the classic shoulder stand, which requires blankets, multiple blankets to support your head. Okay, so see where you want to go. See where your body wants to go. And when you're ready for Shavasana, your body will let you know and honor that. Never feel you need to do more. Sometimes less is more. Okay. So taking your time to settle in, allowing the bones to relax, the muscles to relax, allowing the fascia to cool, the muscles to cool down. And just notice anywhere that you might be tightening up or gripping, and let yourself relax those parts of yourselves. Otherwise, there's nothing else left to do but to breathe, to relax, and allow nothing at all to disturb your calm. Please continue to relax, enjoy your breath, enjoy this peaceful moment that you've cultivated for yourself today through the dedication of your practice. Take a big breath in, and then as you exhale, begin to wiggle your toes, your fingers, rocking your head and feet from side to side, with your knees eventually coming up into your chest and rocking from side to side. And then you'll come up to sit as we return to where the journey began today. And we'll pause here as we feel the residue of our practice, especially feeling the difference in our seated posture from when we arrived here an hour ago. Notice what has changed, what has shifted, what has transformed. We'll join our hands over the heart center, bowing down as we honor ourselves and each other, and honoring this ancient practice. And I wish you all peace and good things. Namaste.